All right, so the first thing I need you guys to do is actually cross off right here in the title and change that to dot plots. We're learning box plots tomorrow, but today we're starting with dot plots, and we're going to be talking about three different characteristics. The first one we're going to be talking about is outliers. So I want you to come down here and look at this very first dot plot they give you. You notice that all of the dots are kind of in the same region right here. They're all in the same area, but we have one sticking out. That's called our outlier. That's kind of the oddball. It'd be like the person likes to sit alone. They're an outlier. They like to lay outside, not literally lay, but they like to sit outside of the group. Okay, so this is the group. This one is out of the group. It's our outlier. Okay, the next one is a cluster. A cluster is when you have several data points that lie in a small group. So if we come down here, we kind of see this cluster right here where a bunch of them are together. And then we kind of see up here, we get a cluster where a bunch of them are together. And then we have a couple outliers there in the middle, but this is called clusters, where you have a chunk of numbers here and a chunk up here, and then in the middle, it's kind of bare. There may be one or two, but it's kind of bare. That's called a cluster. So for this test, there's a cluster of students who scored between a 64 and a 72, and a cluster who scored between a 94 and a 100, but there weren't a whole lot in the middle, in between 76 and 92. Okay, so that's a cluster. And then the last one is symmetric distribution, and we're just talking about symmetry. When you come down here, you see three different types. We're going to start in the middle with symmetric. Okay, if you remember, symmetry has to do with shapes that look the same on one side and the other. So if we draw a triangle, it's not going to be perfect. If I were to draw a line down the middle of my triangle, I see that pretty much if this were a line and it were a mirror, these would be almost exactly the same. They're a mirror of each other. They have symmetry. This would be our line of symmetry, where you can see that it splits down the middle and it's the same on both sides. Okay? So symmetric distribution means if we were to split this right here down the middle, it'd be the same on both sides. We have 4 dots, 3 dots, 1 dot, 1 dot. So it makes kind of the same shape if we were to draw a shape down it. It would make the exact same shape. It is symmetrical. Okay? Now, on the other hand, we have what's called uniform. You guys wear uniforms to school, or almost. You wear the same style of clothes. It's almost uniformed. Uniform means all of them are the same, or at least almost all of them. So if you look here, almost every single one has 3 dots. There's only one outlier here with 2, where they have 1 extra dot. But these are all uniformed. Okay, they're all about the same, and the distribution of your dots is all equal. Okay, that is also symmetric. The last one is called skewed. That means the tail extends either to the left or the right. So you're going to have a shape that almost looks like this. This is your number line. It's either going to go up or down. It has a little tail right here. It's skewed left when most of the data is on the right, and skewed right when most of it's on the left. So if you look here, if we were to draw a line, we see this goes up, and this right here would be our tail, where it finally starts to go up. So it's even at 1, and then it starts moving up, and that's your tail, and it follows it up. Okay, that would be skewed data. All right?